should have your program. Be thou the old service, Lord, thy day or thy night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my life. Ever with thee and thy grace, be thou my dignity, thou my delight. Thou my soul shelter, thou my high tide, and empty prey, hours in my heart. Of heavy heaven's joys, so bright and sound, Lord of my vision, O ruler of Bless the Lord, O my soul. This one here, the timing is a little bit tricky, so we'll do the best we can. Sing like never before, O my soul, I'll worship your holy name. Sing your song again, whatever may pass and what evening comes. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Sing my soul, I'll worship your holy name. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is our soul. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Oh, my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul. I'll worship your holy name. I'll worship your holy. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I know that Alan and you as well. You took time out of your day to come and celebrate with them. I remember this time, this was only 2 years ago. It's actually my heart to adventures. I guess it's probably because I just got out of high school 2 years ago. So I thought I would know something smart. I don't know if I agree with you on that. I guess one of the main things I hear at graduations is it was tough. I mean, there's relationships you have to work through. There is, there's classes. There's for a bunch of people all day, every day, 5 days a week, and then Sundays too. It can get tiring. I don't know how it is, but we're done now. We don't ever have to see each other again. So, okay. I think the high school prepares us for a lot of different things in life. The academics, even just the relationships with people. It'll get you far. Actually, go back to the first song that Mark was saying, or that led, Be Thou My Vision. There are always things that will, especially now around school, there will always be things that will, both of these, Wynn's my second cousin, Allie's my first cousin, and I got to go to school with them for the first 5 years, and I remember you guys very well, and you guys have changed a lot since then, for the better, but yeah, I continue with really good friends, and I trust that God will take you far.
Good evening, Allie, all family members, friends of the class of 2021. It's an honor to be here to help celebrate this notable occasion. It's been a number of years since I've been your teacher. Hard work and effort, and now you've reached the culmination. You've attained the goal. You're about to receive your diploma. So I'm sitting up there. And you're going to be recognized in the audience that have graduated. These years have flown by. On August 17th, 2009, you entered first grade at Lake Grace Christian School. Since then, you've learned many things, including the traditional 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. You've matured into godly young adults, and Lake Grace has been blessed to have you as good examples and role models for our younger students. With the time that I have here tonight, I would first like to reflect on your time as students learning those 3 R's, and then give you another set of 3 R's that I trust can be an encouragement as you start your exciting post-high school adventures. As I reflect on your school years, I can still picture you as a rather quiet and laid back, very laid back, first grade student who didn't necessarily care much for seat work. You would come alive, though, with gleaming eyes, scarcely able to contain your excitement when we would go on field trips or do other special things. Especially if those things centered on animals or science or history. Another memory from your early elementary days involves picturing your amazing lunches and remembering your sophisticated palate even as a first grader. Who knew that a first grader could prefer several helpings of salad to chicken nuggets and corn dogs and PB&J? Fast forward to 2021. Who are you today? It seems that the character award that Ms. Christie presented you just a week ago says it all. As a senior, you were recognized for your integrity. Job well done. Allie, as a young elementary student, you always found an incredible amount of internal motivation to do well. You also showed a sincere desire to do the right thing all the time. There is one rather old request of yours that I would like to finally answer tonight. I believe it was when you were entering 3rd or 4th grade, you drew me a picture of a student sitting at her desk with her desk stacked high full of books. You wrote a note to go with it, said something like this: "Please don't give me that many new books for school this year." I know that request has been kind of sitting on the back burner for a number of years, but Allie, I can finally tell you that I will not be giving you or ordering you any new school books this year. That's up to you. And Allie, you always took the time to say thank you, and that's one of the things that I will remember about your school years. When Ms. Christie presented you with a character award for gentleness, I couldn't. You, as the class of 2021, have both learned and accomplished much throughout your years at Lake Grace. As the school days have passed, all 2,160 of them, you have memorized approximately 1,000 Bible verses. You've worked thousands of arithmetic problems. You've taken multitudes of tests, quizzes, exams. You've read over 1,000 selections in your readers and literature books. And you've written what I'm pretty sure feels to you like hundreds of essays and reports. You've tamed those tough high school courses: chemistry, geometry, to name a few. And along the way, you've learned many things. You've learned to meet deadlines. You've learned to prioritize. You've learned to finish what you start. You've learned to work together. You have both encountered obstacles during your school years, but you have both risen above those challenges, and you've come to this day having finished the course that was laid out for you as a student here at Lake Grace. Look around you. Your family members, your friends, everyone is here to celebrate you and your accomplishments. Take it all in. Treasure the memories of your school years, and this, your graduation celebration. Now that your high school days are over, you're entering into a season of days, months, and years that will be filled with many changes and many decisions. Just as everyone is here to support you on this occasion, we are all eager to watch and root for you as you begin to fill out the pages in the next chapters of your life stories. I have no doubt that you have already been asked many times by many of the people here in the audience some variation of the question, what's next? For the last 12 years, especially from August to May, your schedules, your decisions have been largely dictated by school requirements. Things will change. Now you have more decisions to make about how to spend your days, months, and years. There are so many options, so many opportunities, so many things to consider. What about a job? What about college? Online, in person? What about Bible school? Which Bible school? What about a term of BS? Where could I go in BS? How will I pay for everything that I want to do? In what ways has God gifted me? How can I use my giftings to serve Him? What will bring me the most happiness and success? How should I define success anyway? Do I want to spend my life with this person? Am I doing all of this for God's glory? You're entering an exciting and a very important season of your life. The decisions, the choices that you make now will have a lasting impact on the remainder of your lives. I know that both of you have already begun to answer some of those questions. You have plans. You have dreams. You have things you'd like to accomplish. I see evidence that you're both committed to living for God. I believe that He is the one who has planted those dreams, and that as you desire to live for and honor Him, He will guide you and help you accomplish your goals. A life lived for God brings true happiness and brings content. Conversely, a church sign that I recently saw said, "A life without God is like a dull pencil. There's no point." There's no one-size-fits-all equation. There's no script for life. Your life choices, as you follow God's leading, will lead you on a unique path that's suited just for you. You may stumble at times. That's okay. Just be prepared to get back up. I encourage you to seek God often as you navigate through the decisions and the changes ahead. I don't know if you can remember in 3rd grade, you guys read a book called The Secret in the Maple Tree. I see a little nod there. Anyway, Hilda, the main character, is a young girl that doesn't like change, but she learns that the best way to navigate change and to prepare for change is to stay in tune with God. She finds her own special place, which, of course, you can probably tell by the title of the book, is a maple tree. I encourage you to also take time to make Him a priority in your lives. And I encourage you to follow the advice found in Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own, to never outgrow the desire to seek the counsel and advice from godly people in your lives. You have so many people in all the different corners rooting for each of you. Seek them out. Value their input into your lives. I'd like to leave you tonight with a story of a young man whose life has been a challenge to many people throughout the years. He's remembered primarily for 6 words that were found written in his Bible upon his untimely death at the age of 25. Those 6 words were no reserves, no retreat, and no regrets. Since this celebration tonight is evidence that you have mastered the more traditional 3 R's, I'd like to challenge you to consider ways in which you might master those 3 R's. As a young high school graduate in Chicago in the early 1900s, William Borden was already considered by many in society to be a success because of his wealth. His family was very wealthy and prominent in Chicago society, and he was heir to the family fortune. As a graduation gift, he was given what we now call a gap year. And he was given a trip around the world with a chaperone. As he traveled through Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, God began to stir his heart, and he felt the call to forsake the family business and all that wealth to become a missionary. He wrote home a letter to his parents to let them know of his plans. Some in society ridiculed and mocked him and considered him to be throwing his life away. His father urged him to refrain from making life decisions until he was older. It is said that that is when he made the entry in his Bible, "No reserves." Upon his return home, he entered college and seminary, still intent on following the call he felt on his life. His ultimate goal was to minister to a large Muslim population in China. He spent his college years in study and preparation, but he didn't do just that. He also organized weekly Bible studies and helped to establish a local rescue mission during his time at Yale College. It is said that by his senior year, he had influenced so many other students that 1,000 of the 1,300 students attended the weekly Bible studies. And many of those same students were helping in the rescue mission. Upon his graduation, lucrative job offers began rolling in. Borden stood unwavering in his commitment to missions and wrote "No retreat" in his Bible. Following seminary, Borden began his journey to minister to the Muslims in China. He planned to stop in Egypt to study Arabic and to learn more about the Muslim culture. After only a few months in Egypt, and before he ever made it to China, he contracted spinal meningitis and died. It was upon his deathbed that he wrote the words "No regrets" in his Bible. Though he never served as a foreign missionary, the life and words of William Borden have inspired many Christians to live lives that are fully committed to Christ as a living sacrifice with no reserves. For some, it may mean missions. For others, it may mean a local job. For others, it might entail service in the local church. For many, it is being a Christ-like mom or dad. A commitment to serving Christ undoubtedly will come with some hard times or temptations to pursue an easier path. That is the time to boldly proclaim "No retreat." Those who remain committed to God in a life marked by no reserves and no retreat will be able to experience the best that God has for them in a lifetime full of no regrets. That is my wish and challenge for you, Wynn and Allie, the class of 2021. Congratulations, class, and best wishes for exciting next adventures.
There's kind of some mixed emotions, and there's glad I'm done, but yet you miss school and you kind of miss the structure. And in school you are kind of told what you're going to do next, and in life you're not. You kind of have to figure it out, and that's going to be kind of. I would like to start by thanking God for giving me a Christian family and parents that sent me to a Christian school, and thought it was worthwhile to do that and to give me a Christian education. Thank you to my parents for being with me in the it was sometimes not so great, but we made it through. And also thank you to the school board who and all of those that were on the board in past years that helped the school run, and it is that's a big deal to have a Christian school and to be able to get a Christian education. Also want to thank the teachers, my teachers over the years. Miss Wendy, Miss Marla, she's here, Miss Carmen, Miss Annie, and Miss Kristen. And thank you. Some of you, Ms. Wendy, you taught me for 7 years, and others of you only taught 1 year, but that does not increase the significance. You know, yeah, you influenced me in while I was learning and helped me to grow closer to God and also learn. Thank you to others that helped out in different ways. Hot lunch, that was one of the highlights. And it seems insignificant, but it actually was kind of a big deal. Also to, yeah, just anybody else that maybe was a substitute for a day or two that helped out. Yeah. So to the younger ones, you know, usually when I go to graduation, they, you know, talk to the ones behind me and they say, you'll be done before you know it and all that stuff. And I'm not going to say that because for me it wasn't true. It took forever. But you will eventually finish, and it's worth it. But don't lose sight of the end goal. Yeah, when you're done, there's a satisfaction that you're done. Yeah, you did it. And in 2 Timothy 4:7, it says, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the course. I have kept the faith." And he was talking there about, you know, at the end of our lives, but I think it can mean in anything. And, so that the younger ones keep fighting and keep pushing because eventually you'll finish and you'll be glad you did it. That's it.
Hi, everybody. So if I can help all of you here tonight. I would like to start by thanking some people. I think almost everybody thanks people at the beginning, but I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for the people that I'm going to thank. I think this is a celebration of them too. So I'd like to start with thanking my parents. I'm so thankful for how they pushed me and they helped me and they worked with me. And honestly, they taught me things that school couldn't teach me. They went beyond what school could teach me to teach me so many things about life, and I'm so thankful for that. I'd also like to thank my teachers. Obviously, they had a big part to play in me graduating, but even after I graduate, there's a lot of ways that I can see that I'm sure they'll still be impacting my life. I mean, honestly, you should see my paper. I still wrote it in cursive, even though I don't have to. Miss Wendy just taught us too well. I enjoy writing in cursive. So for that, I'm thankful, and for so many other things, Miss Wendy, thank you. And I think, Miss Carmel, you helped me to enjoy singing more. That's not even a school thing, but I just like singing better because of you. And for Annie, for helping me to feel more confident writing, and for Chrissy, for helping me to have practical knowledge about how to interact with people and about how to do computer stuff for their understanding of that. So thank you. And so many other teachers. I had a lot of other teachers as well that really impacted my life. Yeah, I've been blessed with some really great teachers. I would also like to thank my grandparents. Grandma's here, my other grandparents aren't, but thank you all so much for the way that you impacted my life. And there's a lot of other people out there that really have had a huge impact on my life, and I'm so thankful for that. Wynn was saying that he was going to give some advice to the students behind us, and I thought about that for a long time, and I was like, what would I want to say? And I think the thing that I would feel most strongly about, and that I think could help y'all the most, is don't be afraid to try stuff. In high school, it's a really good place and time to try things. Try geometry, try chemistry, try things that you probably aren't going to love, but that you might as well figure out then if you like it or not. And in school, it's easy, but even out of school, just to try new things. Like even things that you don't know if you'll be good at, it's a good time to try things. And a lot of times we figure out more what we don't like than what we do like, but by process of elimination, it will help you to understand more about who you are. So I think that's probably some of the best advice that I could leave. I don't know if that's helpful, but I hope it is. Yeah, thanks again everybody for coming.
Hard school. I'm happy for you guys. I just wish nothing but the best. And, you know, this whole school thing, this is the end product. You know, somebody that is on footing for solid education. And I don't know, this is just great. And we love you guys. And yeah, it seems like sometimes as humans, our ability to punctuate something significant is kind of weak. You know, we clap, we say yay, we get together, we come back here. And for some people, this may be the high water mark in terms of the credit you get for what you do. But my admonition is be faithful. And you guys have been. You know, you guys just starting out, and like I said before, I'm a parent to win. How the heck, I don't really feel any different than how you. I wish you success in anything you do. But I know you're my God a little bit better than that. And sometimes I cringe at what could be. But face that with the Savior's arm. Don't doubt God. Walk with Him. And, follow Him and finish the same as primary school. All right, if you guys want to stand off to the side here and face the audience, we'll get the These diplomas here certifies you that Lake Grace Christian School class of 2021 has satisfactorily completed the necessary requirements of study as prescribed by school administration and are thereby presented with these high school diplomas and are entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto on this 21st day of May 2021. Allison Grace Miller. Edwin Brett Weaver. You all may switch your tassels. Let's hear it for the class. We're going to have a time where we as dads will bless, speak blessing to our students, children. When, as you stand here, you represent a unique person created by God that has never been, there's never been a person exactly like you in the past, and will never be in the future. You've been created for a specific purpose. That the Almighty One, the only true God, deeply loved by God and never ever waver from that truth. Satan will go far to try to mar this truth. Through misinterpretation of life circumstances, your own carnal heart's desires, and actions and opinions of people. Your mother and I will always love you regardless, as long as we love you. But God's love knows things only for our good. Hang on to that. Don't let God's love and favor be used as fodder for a life of pride and self-centeredness, but rather for one of humble submission and obedience that bring God all the glory and honor he deserves. And for your mom and I, the song, I'm going to quote a little bit of the song. There's a song that says, "I wish you Jesus," because I know that I wish you Jesus. Look at that prayer. God in heaven, I thank you for this young man. Thank you, God, for him. And here to see, God, as he steps out into life, you would be beside him. If there's hard things, God, be there close. And I just pray that you bless this love. Watch over him.
Proud to call you my daughter, Allison, Grace, and one of my best friends. Thankful that God entrusted you to me and Mom these years. And you came as a pretty, happy, carefree little package, and smiling. And you reminded me a lot of a butterfly growing up. Always gentle, still a lot like this. You still like to keep it moving. I've seen you grow up, and I've seen you fight through growing up issues with the truth. Truth to God's Word. Truth about His power. And do it with grit. You look like truth to life, not in games, but in reality. I'm glad that you still have a lot of butterfly in you. And you get around gently. You bring life and beauty where you go. Very seldom do you not care for the people or the animals that you're close to. And I've seen it lived out a lot of days. You still prefer life to be fairly carefree and spontaneous. But I've seen you grab the things you need to grab with determination. Face them. Do what you have to do. So keep on. You're good at carrying more people and finding ways to speak truth and light to places people may not see clearly. I've experienced it. You ugly, and yet bringing clarity. Don't underestimate the ability to care for people and how God wired them. Sometimes you've spoken truth that kicked you in the knees. So you have patient, determined, gracious. You're not scared to chart your own territory. Sometimes it takes a while to determine direction, but once you do, you usually have a plan what it takes to get there. Your middle name is Grace. You're gracious with others. You've always been. And I want to just leave you with this blessing. It's not just the grace of God's kindness, but it's also the grace of His enablement. So I bless you, Allison Grace, with the grace of God's enablement to do life, divine enablement, God's power to do life. Allison Grace, and that you can rest and operate freely in His plan, His will, and that you can be that butterfly God, I thank you tonight for Allie, and God, I thank you for your faithfulness, and God, just your provision, and God, just the many times, many places, God, where you've met the needs of our heart, and God, where you've met her, and you've been faithful, and God, I thank you that we can just trust and depend, God, that you will be faithful many, many days, and God, forever, and God, that we can rest in that, and God, I just pray that you would open good doors ahead of Allie. God, I pray that the things and the places, God, you've meant her to, the places you've meant her to go, things you've meant her to do, God, that you would open those doors. And God, I just pray that you would grace her with peace, the ability to trust, and God, just to operate in a surrendered place underneath your will. You are good. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon your face. May he be gracious to you. May you find favor in his eyes. May you have peace all your days. And God, just the ending of the prayer, for thine is the kingdom, thine is the power, thine is the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
All right, well, it's good to be here. A lot of good stuff. Let's pray. God, I just thank you for Wynn. Thank you for Allie. God, I just, especially the blessing of a committed life and young people. God, is a blessing to see. And I pray you bless their lives as they go forward, Lord. I just pray that you would give them the grace, give them the ability, Lord God, that they could run their lives with patience, the race that is set before them. God, I just pray that you give them the grace to walk each day. Courage, the settlements, Lord God, to walk with you, Lord God. And pray you just bless them, bless their families, and those that are taking part here. Pray that you bless the remainder of this service, Lord, and our time together this evening. Pray you bless the food and just the fellowship take here. I know they're traveling from here, and here I just ask for your hand of blessing and protection on each one. In Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, any announcements? Dismissed.
One announcement, food stuff over there, it'll be about 15 minutes, so 10, 15, whatever, you'll kind of get an idea of what it is. So thank you again, especially you teachers that came away. That's a huge, that's everybody. Thank you very much.